Hi there, in this video segment, we're going to take a look at the process for distributing the assessment. Now that you've completed parts 1 and 2, which is building your question bank, you've built the assessment, now it's time to distribute that assessment to your colleagues. This process can only be performed by certain members that have the special permission to distribute assessments. Those are the members that have attended the AMP training and are referred to as the AMP leader within your individual departments or teams. To begin the process, again, we'll go into Schoology here. Inside of AMP, you'll locate that assessment, and before you attempt to push the assessment out, there are some test settings you need to verify. So I'm going to select this assessment, open it up, and I want to make sure that it's set to active. By default, it is set to draft, and you won't be able to distribute that assessment until it is set to active, or that green button is turned on. The next part to come is the settings section. And these are some settings that you can change in the assessment that you want to make sure you discuss with your team before you attempt to distribute it. How many attempt limits do you want to give? Do you want students to see the submissions? Do you want to see them receive the submissions with correct answers? You can randomize, apply time limits, and some other options that are very useful in terms of do you want students to be able to flag questions for review, eliminate choices, and then there are calculator options, basic and scientific. You can have a couple of different ruler options, and then if you want to have a protractor available on screen. Those choices are all available, and make sure you discuss those with your teams before you confirm and send it out. So I'm going to go ahead and just confirm these for this sample assessment here. And then you also want to make sure that you set a point value for each of the test questions listed as well. Now that you've verified that, the test is set to active, you verified the test settings, and you have point value, you are now ready to distribute that assessment. So we're going to go back to the assessment view. To the right, you want to choose Add to Sections. In this case, if you know the exact course name, you can look in Schoology and find that. I'm just going to paste in an example here of using geometry. I've typed in the exact code number there, and I'm going to click Search. And it's going to bring up all the courses. So at my building, if I wanted to assign it to all of the people that teach geometry in my building, I would go ahead and select those people, and then I would click Confirm. I'm not going to use geometry here because these folks would wonder why they're receiving an assessment in their course. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to just choose a sample course that I've created here. I'm going to put it in a course called DLT, and then I'm going to click Search, and there it is, and I'm going to send that assessment out. So now everybody that I push that out to will have this assessment available in their courses menu. So I'm going to go to that course in my Schoology, and I'm going to open it up here. And when it's pushed out, by default, it is disabled. The students will not be able to see it, and it'll be in the bottom of their materials list. And so here it is, and it is set to unpublished. What each staff member will need to do when they're ready to turn it on and make it available for their students to take, they'll want to click the cogwheel here and choose Edit. And they can set due dates. The number of points possible can be set. They want to make sure that they enable it for students to take, put it into a grading period so they can analyze results, and then click Save Changes. And then finally, they want to make sure that they choose the Publish option. And I will go ahead and do that. And that will be available for students to take. So there are a couple of options within here that you would want to verify. Make sure that the test is set to publish, and then under the Edit button, make sure it's enabled, point value, and it is in a category for you to review the results. And then it's ready to go. Thank you for your time, and good luck.